Hello, beautiful people. How you feeling today? Beautiful people, I am out here in Richmond at Target. I tell you, and it's just been fun filled. I have just immensely been enjoying myself. And what I'm about to talk about is what I talked about, uh, picking up from where I left off at, or rather, for that matter, going back into the in depth of it, like we talked about in Target. And that person is going to be watching, and it's just going to be a repeat for them, just a rerun. But you know, it was really good. It was really in depth, and what we talked about, or rather, what I talked about and we talked about was soul love versus physical love, or the physical being, or soul love versus flesh, or just soul love itself and measuring up to its standards and its principles and the foundation for which it exists without even trying. It just is what it is. But getting right to it, doving right into it. We talked about soul love, and when and I briefly talked about this before, but not in detail, or as detailed as I did today. And two people who love from the soul, primarily is because, they've learned to love themselves, and they learn to love themselves from their soul and to become one with their soul. Like, as often as I encourage you, beautiful people, in the past, to have that mirror talk with yourself. That's a form of becoming one, to establish becoming one, to establish an identity, to become one with your soul first, and someone else who has established that love for themselves with their soul that has become one. And when those two souls come together in one place, as often as people talk about they want a soulmate, well, that's how you mate with that soul, is to mate with your soul first. And then that mate with you mating with your soul first becomes one with the mate of someone else's soul who has accomplished that love with their souls for themselves as well. But if you have a person, interesting enough, interesting enough, excuse me for a minute. Hey, smiling lady, let me ask you a question. Are you comfortable being on camera?
No.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay. What I was going to ask you is to share with the world, because I'm shooting that video. I'm picking up from where we left off at in the store.
Oh, okay. No, I'm
Interesting enough.
camera shy. But
That's
no, I
okay.
would love to check out your videos.
Yes,
For
I
sure.
was just going to ask you to share kind words and smiles with the world and what it meant to you. But if you're camera shy, that's okay. I'm going to love you and treat you right anyway.
Okay.
Now, inadvertently and indirectly, without you being on camera, would you be comfortable talking about it and they could hear your voice?
Maybe like when I get home and I'm by myself and do a video. I never uploaded on my channel before.
Okay, okay.
So maybe I could probably just do that once I, just get comfortable and just kind of, sit down in front of my little desk and then put on my video cam and do it like that. Maybe I could do that.
Okay, okay. Are you walking?
I am. I live right on Ohio Avenue.
How far on Ohio?
So not even far. Okay, so it's like literally I can show you how to get there, or we could put it on.
Would you like a ride?
Please.
Come
so
on,
I don't
'cause
gotta walk.
I don't want you walking that far.
No, I don't want to walk.
I don't want you. But this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to finish this video real quick while you sit in the car. Go ahead and get in.
Okay. You didn't give one.
No, not at all.
Okay. Oh, it's loud. Yeah, I can take the address and put it in your phone. I appreciate
Okay.
it. I do not.
Oh, no,
I
that's
walking.
too far to be walking.
Yeah, it's too far to be walking. I
But-
just walked up here because I had to get some stuff, but now that I'm here, it's fine.
But beautiful people, as I was saying, and as we were talking about, interesting enough, and then she comes walking up, we were talking about soulmates. Okay, now if you have two people, hypothetically speaking, they're going to the gym. Okay, they feel like they're looking the best of their lives because they've been going to the gym for the past 6 months. They all curved out, and now they're ready for life. They are just fit, okay, and they're ready, for love and ready to be in the perfect healthy relationship. I'm not saying don't go to the gym and work out. If that's what you want to do, and if that's what you choose to do, that's fine. But what I'm saying is that cannot take the place of the soul, is what I'm saying. And so, if you have two people, and they have not gotten to know themselves, I mean, really and truly don't know themselves. They have not made it with their soul, and as I stated before, and if you have two people of that sort, like that, that so-called relationship is not going to last. It's going to be a thing of the past, 3 to 6 months, if that. Now, if you have a person who's in touch with their soul, you see, and they know who they are, they have established themselves. They are in touch with their soul, not by going to the gym or any of this outer appearance stuff, outer physical stuff that they would have done or that they may have done to themselves to adorn themselves or to embellish themselves. That's not going to establish the identity of that soul. As often as I encourage you beautiful people to have that mirror talk. You see, the love is in the soul, and the soul is eternal, and that's a love that will never end and you can never get over. Like as often as you have seen videos where I've interviewed people, like I stated before, they all say the exact same thing because they all are one within themselves and within their souls because they've got to know their souls. Now, you take two people that say that, they say, well, I'm ready for a soulmate. Well, that's because if both of those people have made it with their soul and they've gotten to know their soul for themselves, and now they are in touch with themselves, they have become one with themselves, and they meet someone else who's in touch with their souls, those two people are ready for soulmates because now they are mates for each other's soul. But if you have someone who is in touch with their soul, and then someone who is not in touch with their soul, and they just live their life from the physical, from the temporary, from the flesh, and they try to mate up with someone who's in touch with their soul, they won't be able to understand that person. They will not be able to relate to that person. They will not be able to find that person. In fact, they'll sabotage that relationship, and they'll do it without even trying. Because they're on two different frequencies. They're on two different wavelengths. They're on two different levels. They have two separate identities that does not depict or define who they are and their ideal way of thinking and living. They are two misfits, and they cannot fit together. That's the beauty of love. It's coming to a get together in agreement to be one, beautiful people. That's the beauty of love. We can't talk about beautiful things like that and not do what it takes to measure up to those standards and those principles. You see what I'm saying? I come out here and I love and treat people like I want to be treated. You see? And like the beautiful sister. If I know, see, if it was me, and I know I had a long way to go, I would want somebody to be nice to me. I can't see the beautiful sister live across town, 20 or 30 minutes from here, an hour, and me not offer her a ride. That's not right. I can't talk about it and not be about it. So I'm going to be about it, beautiful people. Nobody told you they love you today. I love you today. I want you to love yourselves the exact same way. Have a smiling day.